Hi Bibies and welcome to my channel. In today's video we are gonna do another top 10. Yes, we have done it before. We have top 10 the mascaras, the concealer and the foundation, and of course all will be listed down below if you guys want to check it out. But today we are gonna talk about eyeshadow palettes, but they are gonna be a luxury eyeshadow palette. Some of them were definitely steepy price and I was like, goodness me, did I really have to spend that much money? And yes, sometimes I end up spending a bit too much. But I do want to say that some of these products have of course been sent to me. I have reviewed them, and if there are any of these palettes that I've done a full review, of course, again, I will leave it down below so you guys can actually check it out. And yeah, this is pretty much it. Of course, this video is completely non-sponsored and everything is through my opinion and what I personally like. And of course, take my opinions always with a grain of salt, because something might work amazingly for me that is not gonna work for you, and vice versa. So if I say their palette is shit, might be your favorite palette, and I'm not meaning to offend you or offend the company, that product just does not work for me. Maybe other products from the company are just love it, but this is about the high-end eyeshadow palette, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the really ugly one. So if you guys want to see what I think about my next top 10, please keep on watching. So we are starting with one palette that I absolutely do not like. It comes as no surprise, I've done a review about it. I have compared it with a drugstore, and is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Smells Like a Toilet palette. Okay, I'm being a bit harsh, it doesn't smell like toilet. It just doesn't smell like peach. It smells like kind of like very artificial, like bath bombs, but like not the good kind, not the lush one, the one that you get in your local pawn shop. Overall, the palette, it has a very good appealing, like the packaging is cute. I'm gonna open it for you so we get to see what it looks like. Please open palette. She's mad at me, and this is what it looks like. I do like the packaging. I think the packaging, the gradient is beautiful. You open it and this one are the colors. Many people have done review. The smell though, the smell is bad. The smell is bad. Ugh. As I was saying, many people have done a review on this palette. Sorry, I just really do not like the smell. It really annoys me and really irritates my nostrils. So I'm gonna close it right now. Yeah, overall this palette, I actually don't really like it. Of course, as I probably mentioned it 30 times already, I don't like the smell. And the fact that you get it ready and it's underneath of your nostrils with a mirror, that just completely puts me off. The color are not bad, it's just not amazing. It has quite a good mixture, but overall it's £39, and I don't know, I just really don't feel it. And going in with actually the drugstore one, I was like, the drugstore is kind of better, and I believe that one was like £8. So yeah, at the number 10 we have a Smelly palette. At the number 9, we have a palette that I don't think is really bad. It just has a little bit of inconsistency that I kind of experienced, and I was like, oh, alright. So, is this MAC palette over here? You guys know I don't review a bunch of MAC products, but this one is something that I did purchase when I was working at MAC because I really like the color scheme. Even if now, if I look at it, it's just straight on purple. Like, the look you can create is actually quite minimal. You can make like a purple smoky eye, a purple yellow eye, a purple eye. Like, as much as you're gonna do this just straight on purples. One thing I do have to say as well, they actually come down with price. I believe now they are £25. So it's definitely a much better price. There are 9 eyeshadows, slightly smaller than the usual one. The things that I do see is that they are not as creamy, they are not as pigmented, they're not as buttery as when you get individual one, and that I kind of got experience as I was using it. As you can see, I've been having this palette for about 7 to 8 months, and I probably only use it like twice. When I did purchase it, of course, working with MAC, I did have a discount code. I had a discount, so yeah, I had a great deal with them. Like, when you work for MAC, they're very generous with their discount, and that's one of the perks about like working with them. Perks? Do you say bricks, or do I say no? Perks about working with a brand, sorry. But yeah, overall I don't really mind it, but I would rather say go and get like individual shadows, because you really don't need 9 eyeshadows that they all look purple. I really don't think. Why did I even buy it? Next, we have an eyeshadow palette that I literally just reviewed a couple of weeks ago, and is the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. And you guys have a full review and a full demos onto the eyes, and I would definitely suggest you to just check it out, because I do have kind of a mixed feeling about this palette. I believe that is stunning. The look is beautiful. I like the way it is. I like there is a massive mirror. The shadows are so colorful and so beautiful. Like, they are stunning. The brush is not even that bad, considering that normally I don't really like brushes from palette. One thing that I really felt like is that this palette does not live to the expectation. Like, there is a little bit of inconsistency between shadows, and you don't really get the pigment that you see here is not the pigment that you're gonna end up into your eyes, and that kind of like makes me a little bit sad. I did try to use a couple more times and I experienced exactly the same. The only time that works a little bit better is when I use a white base eyeshadow. But I don't really tend to use that as much, because I feel like I have to really work a lot for the shadow to blend. And also I need to find like some skin colors for like my underneath brows. It just takes the extra step. And it's £43, and it's definitely like a basic, I don't know, you know what, I just really don't like it. I don't really reach to it as much. I don't really feel like I want to reach it. But every time I look at it, I'm just like, this palette is gorgeous. Some colors that they definitely worked very beautifully. Some other were very disappointing, like this gold over here. Like, if you guys want to see the full review on the palette and the disappointment, please check it out, because yeah, it was definitely disappointing. But overall, it's just a pass for me. Is the last palette that I'm gonna talk about, there is a pass. The rest are gonna be nice and juicy. At the number 7 on our list, we are warming up to the greatest high-end palette, and I have a palette that is slightly expensive, because it's a $40, full zero, and is this one over here, is the Cinema Secret Pro Cosmetic eyeshadows. So let me tell you why I think this palette is good. The pigment are insane. Like, every single shade over here has the most amazing pigment. Like, the black is so dark, so beautiful. Like, I done actually a video, I know I keep saying that, but let me tell you, you want to see how pigmented this palette is, because it's gorgeous. The only things why it's not higher up is because I really don't like the brush. Like, I feel like I tried a couple of times, but I'm not really like mind-blowing, especially for a £40 palette. $40 palette, I really want a better quality brush. That's just my opinion. But the shadow are worth it so much. They are magnetic, so you can just pop them out and put into like your little palette if you're traveling. So quality of the shadow, thumbs up. Packaging, I'm not too like sold on it. I don't really like the smaller mirror, and I don't like the brush. But overall, this palette is definitely worth if you're looking for like a neutral cool eyeshadows. It's good. It's very good. Very good. At the number 6 on our list, we have a Smashbox palette. You guys know a couple of years ago, there were like this huge trend about like the double exposure and the full exposure palette. I have both of them, and the double exposure is my favorite. I actually used to use this one a ton when I started my YouTube journey. I actually have not done a look using it for quite some time, and yeah, I kind of feel like I should. So if you guys want me to do a look on that, please let me know. But I really like this palette. It comes with a brush that is kind of lost somewhere. Like, I had this palette for quite some time and the brush is gone, but I do remember there was like a dual-sided one, and the fluffy one that was like white bristled was very beautiful, and I did use a ton. But overall, I do really like the shade. Excuse this one over here that has a little bit of concealer on. I forgot to clean it up, but I actually like this one more than the full exposure, because I find that one has like a matte on one top, matte on the bottom, and all glitter, like shimmery one on the top. When this one here has a great combo, and this color over here, there is called, so it's the third one, it's called Quartz. Is absolutely beautiful. I've done it a ton on my like on the center of my eyelid when I used to use this palette. Beautiful. This shade over here, like overall this palette, I used to use it way more than the full exposure. I did get them together, but this one was real bae. Price wise is £39, so you definitely do pay a little bit, but the quality of the shadow are definitely worth to have a check. And I know that if you find like a Smashbox around, they do have testers, so make sure you put your fingers in it and you just swatch them and you see how you feel, how buttery they are. But overall, I do like this palette and is definitely a good one to have. So we're now moving in on our top 5, and this palette over here, I actually got it for a huge bargain. You guys know when I went to America, I went to Nordstrom, and they had some amazing products, like super discounted. Like this one over here was $42 US, and I got it for $14.97, and here in the UK, I believe it's $39. And before all these numbers, let me tell you, is Meet Matte Trimurti. I actually really like it. I tried it on, and definitely a good one. Like the quality of the matte shadow is absolutely insane. Like I pretty much love every single shade. The only one that I have not used is the Matte Rosy, and that's it. Literally, I tried every single one of them. Absolutely love it, because you guys know I do like to throw in a little bit like a shiny and shimmy on. It's not like a complete palette for me, but definitely is worth to have a look. Like the Balm does actually have some great product. Some other maybe not like the best. Like they are a little bit more expensive, and here you can find them like at the drugstore. But at £39, I don't really think it's a drugstore friendly, but overall, I think some of the shadow are incredible, and this one is pretty much like my favorite. I tried a couple of more, and I was not too completely sold on it. This one overall has gorgeous shadow, and I definitely recommend it for you to have a look. And if you're around America, Nordstrom, go and check it out, because $14, please get to, like, please do so. Next palette that I have is actually a palette that I use a ton, and is this Stila over here. I'm trying not to blind you, and is the Mind palette. Absolutely love it. Again, is another palette that has so many, literally every single shade is matte, but it was one of my first ones to have all these colors, because I got it way before I got the previous one that I was talking about, like the Balm one. And I love it. It was £30, but at the time I actually used to work for the department store. Used to work in Selfridges, and I did actually get this one with the staff discount. So I believe I paid like around 20, 21, 22, like around that. But definitely worth it. This color over here is the one that I was obsessed the most, and at the beginning of actually my YouTube channel, I used to use this one way too much, like to the point that I was just like, is this the only palette that I have? But this color over here, and it's called Perception, is gorgeous. Overall, I do like it. I don't tend to really reach for these two grades over here, but this bottom row, gorgeous. But I do have to say, if you are putting it side to side, then actually, let me go and get it right now. If you put in side-by-side comparison, these palettes do look very similar, and I kind of forgot when I got this one, but I got it for a very good price, so I can't complain. Stop complaining, Carmi. But they are definitely very similar. So if I do have to say, the Stila one, I probably like it a little bit more, especially for the orange color at the bottom. But these two palettes, they definitely stole my heart. I just think the Stila kind of wins, just a little bit, sorry. So now we're gonna talk about the most expensive palette that I have into this review over here. So the number 3, we have a palette that is £66. Like, just saying it, it feels like I spent way too much money. So I hit the Tom Ford counter. You guys know Tom Ford is high luxury, like you always pay money. Like I spent £64 on a Tom Ford foundation, and yes, my wallet was bleeding, but I really loved the way it made me look. I have a powder and I love it, and of course I have a couple of eyeshadow palettes. So yes, I splurged too much money, but the quality is insane. So I'm gonna show you this palette like if it was like my firstborn child, and it looks like this. It comes with this like suede like pouch that you really don't need. But for £66, give me a pouch. Please give me a pouch. The packaging, it is slick. Like it is, I could say AF, but I am not going to, but it is AF. Like it's just so much goodness. And when you open it, you get a big mirror. You also get like a plastic film with 2 little brushes. They're rubbish. Like I have to say, the brushes are absolutely rubbish. And yeah, definitely like I have them somewhere. I don't even care for them. This palette over here is called Titanium Smoke. Oh, if you guys want, I'm gonna do a look using this crazy expensive palette because it's £66. It's a lot of money for an eyeshadow palette, but this shadow over here is what I have on my eyelids and underneath my brow bone. So beautiful. Like, you can create a rich, like rich black smoky eye, and every time I do it, for example, like I go to some very important meeting or party when I know that I need to like really impress, and they always ask me like, what did you use for that black eyeshadow? Because this black is beautiful, but when you press this one on top, like so much too good, too expensive. So that's why it's my number 3, but it's a really great palette, just a little bit too expensive. But hey, we can always, a girl can always dream, and if you do have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that likes to treat you, please just tell her, don't pour the eyeshadow palette, please. At the number 2, we have one of my ultimate favorite palettes, and you guys know I do actually have an attachment to it because my boyfriend did bought it for me like 3, maybe 4 years ago, and since then I just found this palette. It's just like my baby. Like, I know I said it for the Tom Ford, but the fact that you actually get it gifted by somebody that you actually really like, and also you like the palette, it kind of makes it look super special. And of course, you guys know is the Urban Decay Electric palette. This is what the full spectrum palette should have felt and should have looked like. The pigment, they actually press pigment and they are so strong. This color over here, the silver, is broke, so there is pretty much nothing inside, but this palette is stunning. Are you going to use this palette and this palette only for creating a look? Maybe. If you are very daring and you like a crazy color, this is gorgeous, but you can definitely mix it with other products. Like, I like to use, for example, like a base of like all matte palette and then go in with 1 or 2 of this, and it looks stunning. This shade over here, the orange one, for doing transitioning is beautiful. The purples together to create a purple Hello Highs is amazing. That's what the MAC one should have looked like. And these greens, I done a tutorial on it and it looked stunning. So overall, this palette is amazing. It is £38. The brush that comes inside is actually very, very good. I'm always surprised. I do feel like Urban Decay with their brush into their palette are kind of killing it, are kind of doing a good job. But overall, this palette is my baby. Hello, how are you? I'm good. And the last palette that we have at the number 1, drumroll, we have the Androgyny palette by Jeffree Star. Absolutely love this palette. This is what my palette of my dreams looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the fake leather material. I like the fact that it's like pink and loud, even if pink is not literally my favorite color. I'd rather have yellow, but I think this palette is gorgeous. I love the magnetic closure and the shadows. Can we talk about the shadows? Again, warm tones, again some matte, a mix of shimmer. I haven't used much of the blue one, but every other shades have been used and abused, and I also find that the pigment on them is crazy. You only need a little bit and you can do pretty much like both eyes. I think this palette is absolutely amazing. It's genius. The formula is so good, so unique, and I'm obsessed with this palette. It's the one that I literally will use every single day, but I do want to change it. I want to show you something else, but if I could, this is the palette I will wear every single day, especially Fetish. Fetish is the most beautiful of red tone eyeshadows, and it kind of very hard to find a red tone eyeshadow palette, but this one is beautiful and it doesn't actually like stay on your lid. You know, sometimes red is actually a very hard color and it will stain your lid. This one really doesn't do it, but it shows a beautiful, beautiful color. Overall, this palette is my number 1. It's £40, but I will buy it all over and all over again. I really, really like it. And yeah, if you guys have tried this one, please let me know down below what's your thoughts are. I do actually have the other palette, like the Beauty Killer. I actually have not used it yet, and I am thinking to do maybe like worth the hype kind of video. If you guys want, just let me know. But definitely the Androgyny one is banging. I really, really love this palette, and that's why it's my number 1. And here we have Bibies, our top 10 eyeshadow palette, worth or not worth. The good, the bad, the ugly, the nasty one is complete, and I do have to say I'm enjoying it so much. I'm also thinking to do the same with some drugstore palettes, because let me tell you, drugstore palettes are also quite hot and definitely more affordable. I'd probably say with the palette, like with the price of the Tom Ford palette, like the £66, I can literally get 10 palettes from the drugstore, but hey, sometimes you do like to spend a little bit too much money, Carmi. But anyway guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video, and of course, if you like me and if you like my videos, give me a good thumbs up, say subscribe, leave me a comment down below. If you can, please share this video. Let's get our BB family the biggest and the strongest and the most beautiful out of the YouTube community land of YouTube. You guys know the drill. I would really like for you to be as big as possible, because I love talking to you and I love seeing you there. I love your thumbs up, I love your comments, and I always try to reply as much as I can. But you guys are making my job hard, because you guys are always commenting and it's beautiful and I absolutely love it. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching my video, and always remember, like if you like, hate if you hate, and until next time, you're welcome.